Live and playful game. Entering team select screen. The New England Patriots, the home team, are selected. Ready.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Patriots coming up next.
It's a site that has seen more than its fair share of great playoff memories the last few decades, and more could be in store as we've got playoff football again at sold-out Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last weekend, they pulled one out in a very low-scoring affair. It was all about their defense.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. Leading them out, the second-year man from Alabama, Mac Jones.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But, Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones. And over the middle, this is Parker. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start.
Entering play call, X curl. On plan, there are 8 categories. Player, there are 8. Formation, there are play type, RPO, run. Inside handoff, AHB blunt dive. Inside zone split.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Entering play call, AHB blunt dive. Inside zone split.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Play time, RPO, run, pass. Quick pass, there are 6, Y-stick.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Carr going to throw.
Circle button.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game, how about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Devontae Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Harris running straight ahead. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
There are 6 categories.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
There are 6 categories.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 41, Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And they're going to get this up to midfield. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to air one out. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Jones now throwing on 4th down. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as this defense went a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Now a give, running left is Harris. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raiders heading out to take over. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round. On the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 2nd down and 4, Carr. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Cross button. Circle
On
button.
1st and 10, here's Carr.
R1 button. R1 button.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Entering play. Y-stick. Y-stick. Run. Pass. Quick extend. Shotgun pass. Play action. Cover. A post Y cross.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Carr.
Cross button.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Conta selected.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So, Charles, this defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw. Jones. It's caught on the right side at Smith. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Jones
goes right back to Smith again.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Parker. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. And sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
First down, and they go back to Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15
Carlson
options.
on for the PAT.
Selected.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback. New England trying to get to place on offense.
And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? Let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how many often does that team that had been playing before win game 1? Right. Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical because now you come in and you get the momentum. You can take them out in that one game, and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Jones. Got his man complete over the middle.
Entering
That's Myers.
Coach suggestions.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner. here because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Six yards left on 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Parker. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll find Parker again, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They hand this off to Harris. Dancing away at the 35. 42 yards for him on the ground so far. A great start to this divisional round contest.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off of him. His quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I'll tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Chandler Jones able to drop it for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good,
and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football.
Left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Past 62 plays, we have 4 options. Passes selected. Run. Counter weak. Outside handle. Inside zone split.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Inside zone split.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
Inside zone split.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
There are 7 categories. You have 50 options. Empty and HB plunge selected. Play high. There's RPO. Run. Inside Inside zone split.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Entering play call and play RPO run pass. Quick standard pass X slice U cross.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Triangle
Now
button.
Carr.
Cross button. Square
He
button.
finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Square button. R1 button.
Here's Carr.
R1 button.
He'll
R1
find
button.
his tight end. That's Waller. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 41-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Entering play call, shotgun pass. There are 6 categories. Play type, there are formation, there are goal line, gun, weak, strong, I form, single back, wing pair, empty and HP plunge.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Cross button. Cross button.
Carr.
Cross button. Triangle button.
That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And they're going to get
Entering
this
play
down near the
call, wing pair.
35-yard
There are 7
line.
categories. We have
Now that's
now
staying ahead of the
options.
chains.
Spacing is
Really
selected.
good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
AHP inside zone. Formation, there are 8 cat. Play type, there are 8. Run. Pitch, there are 7. Out, inside in. AHP blunt eye, inside zone split.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Cross button.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Square
To
button.
throw, it's
R1
Carr.
button. R2
Man
button.
open is Keelan Cole, complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for
Entering
it. But
play
as you
call,
said, they
quick
picked
pass,
it up.
There are 6. Y stick. Play type, run. Inside handoff, there are AHP blunt dive.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Cross
This is Jacobs. And he's got room. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. AHP blunt dive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Jacobs now. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Jacobs diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Carlson now had the extra point.
We have 15 options, add empty selected.
And oh, it's wide right. No good.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. New England's offense set to go. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly.
6 categories.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing Jones. Open man is Myers.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Jones. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. They'll look to throw again. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw again. And right side, Henry's got it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Off the bootleg, Jones.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
And now Nick Folk. His career long, 56 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment.
You see the numbers, all those carries. If you get that many carries in the drive, you better finish it with a touchdown, and he did.
Yeah, and deservedly so, right? Because we've seen times like the Carolina Panthers, sometimes Jonathan Stewart to carry the ball all the way down, and then Cam, he's such a great goal line runner, he'll carry it in. But in this case, though, that didn't happen. The fellow lugging the load, he's the one who got to reap the reward.
Yeah, there was no touchdown vulture here. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
93 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
AHP blunt dive.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Cross button.
Here's Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 50 options. Empty and AHB plunge is selected. AHB blunt, empty and AHB plunge. AHB inside zone split.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. On third down, here comes Jacobs.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There, AHB inside zone split.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Cross button.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 50 options. Empty and AHB blunt dive, inside zone split.
What now?
Cross button.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
Malik Harrison on the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Inside cross.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Second corner action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Entering play call, convexy post, inside cross.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Triangle
Working
button.
from the gun, it's Carr.
Square button.
Touchdown Raiders. Devontae Adams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Raiders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Entering play call, coach suggests, on plan, player, there are 8, formation, play type, run, pass, shotgun pass, there are 6, convexy put, inside, spot, drag, spot, inside, convexy, inside cross.
Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have him go for 2.
Carr will look to throw.
Cross button. Cross button.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense.
And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So
it does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
8 up, safe man.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
R2 button.
Now a hit and a loose football.
R2 button.
Recovered by the receiving team.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Entering play call, run. Pitch, there are 7 categories. Outside handoff, inside handoff, page, inside zone split.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play.
Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And you'll see they've continued to run the ball well. It's been a staple of theirs all year as they look to move forward in these playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon in charge.
Defend deep pass. Defend medium pass.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game. And then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team. And that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd silent. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. 134 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. They run it with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? It looks like they're ready to go.
Inside cross.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down.
Cross button.
Carr going to throw.
Cross button. Square button.
He hits Adams complete. Touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
Carlson on for the PAT.
Options. That attempt is selected.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left.
Entering play call, special teams. They have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around.
And
we know they'll be here before you know it.
Selected.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones.
Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome. But completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. Complete. It's Henry.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out comes Devontae Adams and the offense for their next drive. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
AHP blunt dive. Inside zone split.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Pass. Quick pass. There are 6 stick.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing his car on 3rd down.
R1 button.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's A.J. Cole now,
as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Patriots.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man as Kendrick Bourne. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Is selected.
Now a first down carry for Harris.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From just shy of midfield, Jones. That's caught by Myers. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
Well, this complete to Henry over the middle.
And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
You can do one of two things after a penalty. You can hang your head, or you can get mad and redouble your efforts. And I think we just saw the latter there as they stopped him for no gain.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raiders have the ball back, and here comes Devontae Adams to the field again. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Inside handoff, there, AHB blunt dive. Empty and AHB plunge.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Cross-cutting.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
You already play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4. Those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle, and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing now is Carr. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Run. Pitch, area 7 category, out, inside zone split.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Jacobs going to try the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Entering play call, AHB blunt dive.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Entering play call, AHB blunt dive. Inside zone split.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Cross button.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs.
R2 button.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Entering play call, AHB blunt dive.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Cross button.
Here's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Shotgun pass, inside cross.
That's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
Cross button.
Now Carr.
R1 button. Triangle button.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders just continue to roll. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game.
Options, add event just selected.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
So the Patriots coming out now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because
Entering
you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Different medium pass. We had 37 options. Cover 1 robber is selected.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it.
Entering play
and he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Entering play call, defend medium
back now
pass,
in Foxborough.
37 options, cover
and
1
this is a
selected.
blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Jones on 1st down.
Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Entering play call, defend medium pass. You have 37 options, cover 1 robber is selected.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones
finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
New England on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing the out route, he's got Parker. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Throwing, Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Harris.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them. Go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Defend medium pass. You have 37 options. Cover 1 robber is selected.
They hand this off to Harris. And And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. A spin of blowout has been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Operating from the gun, Jones finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Harris is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Medium pass, you have 37 options. Cover 1 roster is selected.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Harris, and he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chandler Jones able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Parker's got it for a Patriots touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do So they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
There are 7 categories. Out, inside, inside zone split.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Inside zone split.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 2nd down, Jacobs.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
MTNHB plunge is selected. AHB blunt dive.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Cross button.
Carr, a handoff here to Drake. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
AHB blunt dive.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Cross button.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Entering play clock. AHB blunt dot. Inside zone split.
The offense on third down tonight. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Now Jones. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Open man right side, Myers. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running is Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. Right now, they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
AHB blunt dive.
2nd and 8.
Cross cutting.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 23.
Entering play call, inside handoff, error 7 category, AHB blunt dive. Inside zone split.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Entering play call, AHB blunt dive. Inside zone split.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
All start.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 50 options. MTNH, AHB blunt, inside zone split.
So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Entering play call, special teams. We have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. And his pass incomplete.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Jones. Complete. Smith has it. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's go. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now Jones on 3rd and 2.
That swung out wide to Harris.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral. Because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Clock management. There are 2 categories. We have 5 options. Spike ball is selected. Fix spike 3. Holding heel.
We're going to be big time now.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Clock management. There are 2 categories. You have 5 options. Spike ball is selected. Fix Spike 3. QB Heal.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
There are 8 categories.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected.